Hello. Hey, Dallas. How's it going, man? I was supposed to have a meeting tonight, but it got canceled. So here we are. Happy, happy. All right. What am I going to shoot first? Throw that in that pocket so I can look like Dennis the Menace. Put that one in here. Yeah, let's shoot the good one. I am good. My meeting got canceled. It was supposed to be a leadership meeting at church, but the pastor found a leak in the kitchen and some clogged drains and water all over. And the buckets were full, so he canceled the meeting, and he'll just send us an email and we'll go with that for our meeting later. Not ideal, but hey, at least I didn't have to go in and I can play a little bit, which I like. Let's see if I can get this positioned right. You got to be able to see. And the wind's a little lower, and luckily the wind is blowing this way, so the garage is blocking most of it. Brand new bands on, so got to get them loosened up a little bit. My camera was infringing on my 10-meter line. It's not terrible, or he would have said something, but he just noticed some water on the floor and some buckets were full. Please yell at me if I block the target. I've done that a couple of times, and I try and stand where I won't block it, but this dang vertical video, you don't get much room to play with. There we go. Finally hit something. Yeah, we've got sun here, as you can tell, but it's still, what's the weather? It's still 54 here, so it's a little cool, but the wind's died down, so that sun's not bad. It's good enough to get out here and shoot without having to go play in the basement. Man, I'm shooting high again. Adrian Adame, hello. How are you folks doing out there in the interwebs of the world? There we go. That was a good hit. Make sure you guys hit the like, double tap the screen, give me some likes. Get YouTube liking me a little more. You guys can't see it because it's very hard to see, but I got a propeller from an RC plane hanging on there. It's barely fatter than a playing card. When I'm shooting by myself, it's fun to shoot at because it spins. I got to go fix my backdrop there. It's a little off. If I don't hit perfect, it's going to make some noise. There we go. That's better. I'm testing my homemade catch bag that's made out of jersey, and it seems to be taking the beating really well. I got 3 t-shirts in there, so yeah, that stuff works. Hope this is pure. Slingshot shooting's a little bit of talent and a whole lot of technique and a little bit of luck. A little bit of luck. Getting zoned in right now. Of course, I'm shooting at small targets, which makes things a little harder. Let's shoot something a little bigger. Let's ring the bell. I got one of them Simpleshot cowbells hanging down. Makes a nice clatter. Got a mic down there so you guys can hear the hits too. Pure, unfiltered talent. I'm talented at something. Kind of debatable sometimes what that something is, but I'm a man of many talents, but very little expertise. Boom, got to 60. Let's nail the 50. Got it. Let's nail the 40. According to you guys, I'm perfect. Am I going to hit it? Got it. You must be right. I think I'll quit right now. That way I'm ahead. All right, let's see if we can hit that little one on the bottom. I think it's about a 25. Boom. Hammered that little sucker. All right, now I've got, like they had at the tournament, I got one of them pheasant things. Let's see, it's hanging off the top of my doohickey right in there somewhere. It's hanging off the top catch box. Oh, I hit him right in the noggin. He a dead pheasant. Good evening, Philip. Looks like a nice day there. Hey, Thrill Billy. Well, I won't say it's nice, but it's better. It's about, I just checked, it's 54 degrees, but it's sunny. The wind's starting to tail off, and I got about an hour here, hour and a half to come play. So I thought I would. See if we can hit the frog. In a little bit, I'll go put a can up and we'll smack the crap out of it. Oh, dude, I'm hitting everything right now. Haters will say it's AI. Trust me, if you were going to have an AI character created, do you think it would look like me? Of course, I am kind of handsome. But do you really think AI would create me? Unless you fed it a picture of me, it's going to create somebody that's a wee bit slimmer, a little more hair, a little prettier face, and not some 64-year-old fart. So I am genuine and I am real. Shot my Scout X and LT2 about an hour ago. Which one you like better, Thrill Billy? I'm an LT2 fan. It's what I've got rigged up for my long draw, which is, yeah, here. I can shoot that one as good as I do my Axiom X, but I love my Axiom X so much. This is my short draw. This is my primary everyday shooter. Oh, I had to miss eventually. I'm no longer perfect. CB, how's it going? Good afternoon, sir. Have you guys entered my giveaway yet? I've only got about 7 or 8 entries. If you don't understand and you don't know, here's the scoop. We reached 1,000 subscribers because of folks like you. So I'm having a giveaway. You have to go to and send an email to, you ready for this? Did I win 2026 at gmail.com. DIDIWIN2026 at gmail.com. It's in the description of this video. If somebody will post the email, I will pin it so it's always up. Send me an email there. I need to know your real name and your screen name. And then on May 10th, Sunday night, I will do a random drawing, and the winner will get either a $50 gift card to Simpleshot, who I believe in very much, or if you're in my RC crowd, because half my subscribers are RC plane people, you can get a gift card to Horizon Hobby or Flight Test. I love Flight Test. So get your entries in. You got till May 10th, but you have to be a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, I will cross-reference the person's name that comes up as the winner. If they're not on my subscriber list, I will move on to the next person. So you must be a subscriber. I know a couple of you guys are in. I've recognized some names. Luke, Mr. Thrillbilly, I've been messaging him a lot. He's kind of new at this, and we've talked a lot online. So I know who Thrillbilly is now. Even with larger hands, you prefer the LT2. Yes, the Scout X is a much bigger frame and it takes bigger hands. That's why I don't even want to think about having one. Haven't seen a Royal Ranger hat in forever. Brought back many fond memories. Yes, I was started in Royal Rangers back in the 60s when it first started. I was a little kid and I loved it. I learned a lot that I still know today, and now we have it at the church I go to. So I'm a commander and a leader there and a helper. And we're having here's the cool part. The big Royal Ranger camp that we have once a year in June, weekend after Father's Day, up in central Wisconsin, because I'm in Wisconsin, that's where our district is. They're having a big camp with like 250 boys. And they always have like 8 or 9 or 12 different things that the boys can do on Friday and Saturday for activities. Sometimes they're worth points and they have contests. This year, I think they're just having activities for you to wander around and play with. I got them convinced we're doing slingshots. So I know where I'll be sitting for Friday and Saturday when the events are live. I'll be letting little kids shoot slingshots, and the ones that are interested in it, they'll get some private tutelage from me. So I'm very excited about that. I got 15 natural wood frames that Trapper Des gave me. We are going to band those all up. I'm going to have a band tie-in party. It'll be fun. Thanks, CB. If you thought about taking your Mockermizing entrance exam. Oh, Graham, you're back. I did what somebody did yesterday. I went and looked up Mockermizing. I cannot find any reference to it anywhere. And you guys from England, you keep talking about it, but you won't tell me what it is. So, no, I haven't. Can I Mockermize? If I knew what it was, I would tell you. You guys are just trolling me, but it's hilarious because it keeps coming up. It's funny. Good morning from Australia. Yeah, it'd be Australia there. It is 6:30 here. I'm in America, central part of the country. Wisconsin, USA. About 2.5 hours north of Chicago. The Royal Rangers, yes. Adalberto. Rangers is still a thing. Yes, it is. They try and kill it off, but we have probably in Wisconsin and northern Michigan, which is our area, we probably have 20 outposts still. And at camp, there will be 200, 250 kids and a good 75 or more adults. So yes, it's still a thing. It's still vibrant, still pumping out GMAers. And now they have Junior Leadership Academy and FCF and all that. And the kids in our church are all very involved in that. We are 166. Is there... The Mockelmizer. You guys talk amongst yourself about the Mockelmizers until somebody tells me what they are. Just at work, having a break, 9:30 a.m. You know, there's some folks here that go live in the mornings, like every morning at 8 o'clock. And when I'm at work, if I don't have anything that demands my undivided attention, I will put their lives on my phone off on the side. Turn the volume up just to hear the trash talk. And sometimes I'll post a little something, but a lot of people listen to music. I listen to people shooting slingshots. Another great camera angle, thanks. Well, I'm a video, in case you haven't been on one of my lives, I do video for a living, so I'm kind of conscious of making it nice for the viewer. So, and if you watch my channel, I try and do a few things that others may not have access to just because I have the ability to do so and I have the equipment. So I try and make my videos a decent quality. Gonna see you all again. Stay safe. Keep Mockermizing everyone. See you, Graham. Next time you come on, your job, Graham, is to come on with a definition of Mockermizing. Zombie apocalypse proof. No, I don't know if I would knock down a zombie. Not that I believe in them or anything, but I put a hurting on them. They already got wounds all over. I just opened up a few new ones. I've heard Australian governments have made them illegal. That's just crazy. I think I've said on here, and some of you guys may have heard it before, I can't hunt with these in my state here in America. One of 17 states that can't hunt with them. But in Madison, our capital city, about 20 minutes that way, it is illegal to own a wrist rocket. You know, those things that everybody loves that don't shoot that well. It's illegal to own a wrist rocket. Figure that out. But you can go into the Walmart, 2 of them in Madison, and you can buy a wrist rocket. Even though it's highly illegal. Pretty new to slingshots, but I have 20-year background with archery, which has helped tremendously. Yes, there is some common sling over, if you will, common spillover between the 2 skills. Didn't take long to get consistent. And yes, we are a very good community, Luke, Mr. Thrillbilly. Recently at our tournament, it's kind of a sad story to talk about. People that were there and have been around a while know it. But there was a young man, 25 years old, had just started slinging at our tournament in March. And on Easter Sunday, he was killed in a car accident on his way to Easter Sunday service at church. And the community came together. A bunch of the people that make custom slingshots donated stuff. Slingshot companies donated stuff. And we had 3 nights. We all bought spots in the raffle. And for 3 nights, we were giving away stuff. To my knowledge, we raised well over $4,000 for the family. That's how awesome this community is. We're a big family. Hey, from Toronto. Your camera work is comparable. Andy Lowe and Josh Hicks, they do pretty good with their lives. But like I said, I do slingshots for a living. Boy, do I wish I did slingshots for a living. I do video for a living. And so, come on, squirrel, get out of the stinking way. Squirrel just walked right in front of my target when I was about to shoot. So I try and make my stuff a little better. Squirrel in the driveway, get it. Well, unfortunately, we can't hunt with these in Wisconsin. And squirrels have to be in season. You have to have a license anyway, but I can't hunt with one. I'm not a wild game person. And actually, we feed the squirrels. They're like my wife's little pets. And we'll have 8 or 10 of them at about 6:37 every morning. They're sitting in the driveway, looking at the door, waiting for us to come out and give them some peanuts. There's a couple of times we've actually heard them scratching the door, hoping we'll come out. We got them trained pretty good. But no, we're not going to shoot them. I will shoot a chipmunk if he floats by, though. Chipmunks are a pain in the butt. They tear everything up. Had a couple get in my house somehow. Yes, that is a Royal Ranger hat. Doop, 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 doop. They're still around. I'm a leader at my church. And I've been in it since the 60s when I was a kid. Yes, I'm that old. I know I only look like 40 or 25, but I'm 64. Squirrels have no self-preservation. I'll tell you, has no self-preservation. It's them stupid chipmunks. You hit them and you shoot at them and you just stand there and wait, and about 5 minutes later they're right back out. Forgot you ever shot at them. Whoa, I did something wrong there. Hit my black backstop. I don't know what I did. 2 squirrels. Yeah, we got a bunch of them around here. Is that the Royal Rangers? Boy Scout? No, it's not Boy Scouts. They're completely different. The concept is the same. We do a lot of outdoor activities focused around camping and hunting and fishing and fire building and all those kind of survival skills. But the Boy Scouts are just scouts now. And Royal Rangers is very much the same, except we have kept the God component in what we do. I'm not going to dive into the whole religious thing because that's not what I'm here to talk about. But it is part of who I am, and that's one reason I like Rangers, because It has kept the focus on things that are important to me. Maybe not to you, but it is to me. I miss Rangers. I had tons of fun. Yes, find a church around you that has them. They're still out there. They're still a ton of fun. What's a begin starter brand Slingshot? I will recommend, let me get it out. Who's that? Who's that? Hawk Fan. Hawk Fan. This is the one I recommend. It's called the Scout LT2 from Simpleshot. That's their logo right there. Simpleshot is a American-based slingshot company, and they sell everything you could need from starter slingshots that start around $20. They go up over to like $120. This is an aluminum fancy one. This one is about $120. But you don't need to spend $120 to be able to shoot a slingshot. And that ammo went somewhere. I have no idea where it went. But yeah, Simpleshot is the place to go. I have a link to them down in my description if you want to check it out. They got everything from bands to slingshots to target and ammo. Everything you would need to get seriously deep down the rabbit hole of sling shooting. Very good company, and they're all quality people. I met a bunch of them at the tournament in March that I went to. They were one of the big sponsors, and just really, really good folks. So I can't recommend them enough. Once you're down deep in the rabbit hole, there's a lot of guys that have their own little companies that make custom slingshots. And there's a couple other companies. Appalachian Sling Company is another big popular one here in America that sell slingshots and all the other gear. But Simpleshot is my favorite. I'm a fan of theirs. Use that link and it helps me out a little bit if you buy stuff from them. And if you're interested, there's also a link in the description to my Slingshot Basics series, where I go over lots of stuff like all the different styles of slingshots, different grips, pouches, ammo, how to aim, all about your anchor point, how to adjust if your anchor point or if your aim is off. Lots of fun stuff like that. So if you subscribe to my channel, check out that playlist called Slingshot Basics. It's in the description down there. 4,000 in the giveaway and 40,000 in the GoFundMe. Wow. Yeah, they had a GoFundMe set up, and the initial target was 15,000. And I kept looking, and it just kept going up and up. And it's just great because the poor guy, he left behind a young wife. He was 25, and they just had a 6-month-old baby. Well, they didn't just have a 6-month-old baby. They had a baby 6 months ago, and he was 6 months old. So the little baby is never going to know his dad. And it was just super, super sad because he seemed like such a quality guy. I really didn't meet him very much. But I saw him around. I saw his wife. She was even shooting. And she even won some prizes in the tournament or in the giveaway because people were buying entries in the raffle and giving her their numbers. So that was kind of cool. So the little boy's going to be a slinger when he grows up. We don't kill critters we're not going to eat except pests like mice. I agree. Chipmunks are pests. They're just a tiny bit bigger than mice. They get in your car and they chew through the wires. They get in your house and they'll chew through junk in the basement and literally destroy stuff. That's why they're pests. We get raccoons around here too. You can't kill a raccoon with a slingshot. They're just impossible to kill. But I will bruise one up occasionally with some clay ammo if they get in my yard, because a year and a half ago in the winter, I had a raccoon get up on my roof and he chewed a big old hole in the roof, and it cost me a $10,000 new roof. So I'm not very happy with raccoons. I needed a new roof anyway. I was hoping to get a couple more years out of it. I'm a chipmunk. I've taken a few and I've missed a lot too. I have a buck that walks in front of my archery guitar. Well, don't shoot unless it's seasoned. Thought you were more like 75. Well, thanks a lot, Jack. And sometimes I feel like I'm 75. My dad always said growing old's not for the faint of heart. And now that I'm getting there, I believe it. Technically until they're sold. Walmart owns the slingshots. Madison does not uphold it. They should be. Yeah, I don't even think the people in Madison know it's a law. It's one of those stupid things that somebody probably brought up one time because some kid shot their window out on city council and they snuck it through as an amendment on the bottom of a bill. And you know how government works. That's probably how it became law. There has been a movement, some efforts in front of the DNR to make hunting legal. It just never makes it up the tree far enough to legalize it. I was never in the Boy Scouts, but I did come Marine. Hey, thank you for your service. That is much appreciated. Yes, sir. Thank you. A lot of Royal Rangers. It's a lot of what we do with Royal Rangers is based on military. We have patrols and we have outposts and we have organizations and we march around sometime. Things like that. So a lot of kids go through our training academy where they raise up leaders and they end up in the Marines and the military. You ever hit your hand? Yeah, I did last night. I was practicing some speed shooting with this really weird slingshot. And I just got a bad grip on it and I hit myself right there. And then there's another one. Where's it at? This thing. This is an advanced kind of shooting that I'll do in a little bit. See, there's no gap. So there's a special technique you have to use to shoot it. And if you don't do it right, you will hit a finger or the frame. And I've hit both. I got my first one like this at Christmas because I wanted to try it. And within a day and a half, I'd hit my thumb so hard it hurt for 2 months. Killer crowd, Philip. Yeah, some of them are. Yeah, Slingburger, how's it going, man? How's it going? Make sure you guys hit the like button, double tap the screen. How do I aim? I am glad you asked, Edward. I love these kind of answers. Awesome. I'll check out Simpleshot. Appreciate it. Use my link, man. I'm an affiliate there, so I get a small percentage of anything you buy. And then I can tell you now, at least initially, anything money that I get back from Simpleshot as a payment for sending customers will go right back to Simpleshot. All right, who was it? Edward asked how I aim. I'm going to give you the 20, well, not the 20 seconds, like a minute and a half explanation. I go way deeper into it on my basics series down in the description of this video. I have a playlist called Slingshot Basics on my channel that walks you through all kind of stuff. That'll walk you through everything from the frame to aiming and everything else. So it's a good way to start, probably about an hour of content. So make sure you watch that if you're interested. But here's how you aim. When you see kids playing, everybody's doing like this. And it's nearly impossible to aim because how do you know where that ammo is going? So first thing that is important when you're shooting is the ammo. You can see the ammo in the pouch. Most people grab it like this. Or if it was me, I would be grabbing it like this if I was doing it incorrect. Oops, it's twisted too much. Like this. See how I'm grabbing it in front of the pouch? That's bad. Because what happens is when you let go, your thumb makes a bump. And see what it does to the ammo? Well, that will fling it right into your frame or your hand, which is not good. So the first thing you need to do is you make sure you grip the ammo, not the pouch. So when I'm holding it like this. See how I've got I'm not pinching it in front, I'm pinching the actual ammo itself. Then the other things that the way most of us shoot, there's a couple different grips. I use the thumb support. You can see I got a finger wrapped and a thumb on it. You want to make sure the slingshot is perpendicular to the ground, see, like this, and parallel to the ground like that. I mean, you can shoot like this, but it's going to mess your aim up, which you'll see in a minute. Some people shoot 45, but we call this gangster style. That's how a lot of the best shooters shoot. So parallel, perpendicular, so that when you pull your bands back, there's a nice perfect triangle there. Now, what you do when you pull the bands back, and I think I can show it to you. This is what everybody appreciates because this is the hard part. When you pull the bands back, see how you can see two bands? Well, if I move it, now you only see one band, right? When you see one band, you're aiming at the target. Then you just follow that band right down the tip to the top of the band. And this particular slingshot actually has fiber optics on it. But if you don't, you use the top of your band. That's where your aim goes. So pouch, and then you have an anchor point, which you have to figure out for yourself. It's based on how you're shooting, the size of your slingshot, and of other things, which I go over in my videos. But we usually start people out on their mouth. My anchor point has moved up to just below my jawbone. And so when I shoot, I'm starting from right here. And I have a band that's about to break. When I had a shot go awry, you can see there, my band's messed up. So I can't really shoot this slingshot anymore. So I'm going to have to put this one down, but never fear. I have a backup. In this one, you can see there's no fiber optic on it. So when I shoot, my aiming point is at the top of my band, where my band comes out. This one is, I didn't put the band on very good. It should have been right at the tip of the slingshot, but it's down a little bit. So when I aim this one, I aim it towards the top of the band. So let me get a shot in quick and see if I can refocus myself. So if you notice when I'm shooting, when I pull back to aim, I've got to get those bands lined up. So I'm doing my hand like this, just that tiny little bit of wiggle to get those bands lined up. And if all the physics and geometry are right, and you did your job and you didn't flinch, you'll hit your target, just like I'm not doing. We're going to hit the target. Trust me, we're going to hit that target. I hit something, but not what I was aiming at. So that's not good. All right, come on, Philip. I'm shooting really low, which means I'm still aiming with the tip of my slingshot and not the top of my band, which is hard to see because it kind of all blends in when you're shooting. So let's move that up a little. There we go. We got the target. So that's how you aim, Edward. I hope that helps and explains a little bit. If you're interested, remember, just go check my basics series out. Kurt Foster said hi. Hello, Kurt. Chipmunks are vicious. They tiny but will attack you. Yes. You've tasted a chipmunk? Not much meat on one of them. Maybe like one bite. Dang, Dallas, you do some crazy crap. I also highly recommend Simpleshot. Great products and great customer service. Yes. Use my link. Use my link. Use my link. My YouTube channel's building. I hope to someday actually make a few dollars with it. Be nice to get like grocery money once a month or something. There we go. We hammered it that time. Hawk fan. What do you shoot? Clay versus steel? Clay for practice and steel for comp. I'm shooting 8mm steel. There's 3 different sizes of steel: 7, 8, 9.5. The reason I'm shooting clay here is because I've got a controlled spot. I've got a catch net back there. I've got a catch net inside my drum, and it's safe to shoot that way because I'm not super errant. Every now and then I'll get a frame hit or something, so something goes a little wonky. But luckily the house next to me is vacant and about to be torn down, so we're safe there. But I shoot steel out here. When I used to shoot from my back door, which you can't see now, and I had a dog run there that I pulled out so I could set this up, and I shot clay at it because I could shoot from my back door all winter long, and I'd be nice and toasty warm. And so that's what I was shooting then. If I go hiking in the woods and want to shoot, leaves out of trees and pine cones and junk, I will shoot clay because I'm not going to shoot steel out there. But yes, at the tournaments, you can shoot 7, 8, or 9.5. 9.5 clay weighs pretty close to 8mm steel, so trajectories are pretty close to the same. What's the most powerful one you have? It's not a matter of having one that is powerful. It's all in the bands that you use and how to make them. I do have a slingshot that I only use when I'm shooting in my church basement because we have an archery range. And it actually has a whisker biscuit in the middle, and I can shoot arrows with it. And we have an archery club at my church, and I will shoot alongside the kids with my slingshot. That one has a 20-pound pull, so that'll put a hurt on you. I'm getting about 110 feet per second on the arrows. The bows that we have for the kids are 20-pound pull, and they get about 130 feet per second. I'm guessing the whisker biscuit is slowing it down a little bit because of the drag going through. That one I have not done a speed test on because I'm only using it for arrows, but I have seen these bands give me about 210, 220 feet per second. I've seen somebody with short pull, short draw like this get like 270. And I saw a guy with the long draw where I'll do that in a little bit, where you pull it way back like this because you got more band to retract. I've seen somebody shooting over 300 feet per second. The joy of the short draw on these lightweight bands that I'm using is my pull weight is only like 5 or 6 pounds. So you can literally shoot all day and never get tired. And the beauty of long draw, once you learn to shoot it, is you can use a lighter weight band without very much pull. And because you got this much room for the elastic to retract, you get a lot more speed for the size of the band you're using. Do you shoot any other weapons? I shoot a little archery because we have the archery stuff at our church, the archery club, and I'm an instructor. I'm not any good at it. I can teach you the fundamentals, how to get started, and I can run a clean range, but the kids way outshoot me. That's why I got the Slingshot that shoots arrows, hoping I could compete with them, and I'm still getting that dialed in. I do have a couple of 9mm. I have a protection shotgun next to my bed, and I have a 22 for plinking. That's really the only other things that I have that I shoot, and I don't shoot those that much. Arthur Morgan said hi. Come on, man, chipmunks are so cute, and actually chipmunk is a midget squirrel. And a lot of people think chipmunks are squirrels, but not falling for it. Grandpa's a hooligan. Well, you can call me Grandpa if you want, but I ain't a grandpa. Been married 46 years in December, but I don't have any kids, so I have no grandkids. Get out of the way, squirrel. Scoosh. I don't want to accidentally hit him. Wrong again. I had one with an armrest to get more power. I can't remember what's called, a wrist rocket. And they put those great big tubes on them. And those tubes are hard to pull back. That's why they're hard to shoot accurate, because you can't hold it still. That's why these are so much better, because they're super easy to pull back. Come on, squirrel. This will scare him away. It didn't. He's just standing there. The one that I shoot the archery with the 20-pound pull, that has the wrist brace on it, the arm brace. It's called the Hammer XT. And it's a pretty serious machine. But just because it has the wrist brace doesn't mean it's a better slingshot. These kind of bands, the flat bands, they're tapered. They're wider here than they are here. And that makes them super easy to pull back. And they will give you better speed than those tubes will. Gangster style. Go get a do-rag. I would get a do-rag. I've got some do-rags, but I don't really wear them. I used to wear them when I rode bikes under my helmet. I've had skin cancer on my head a couple of times, so I need a hat on, and I should probably have way more hat than I have on now. As the sun starts coming out more, you'll see me wearing big rimmed hats. I hardly ever am outside without one. How long does it take a band to last? Well, there's a lot of factors in that. If you make a band, we make our own bands. If you make a band exactly the right length for the most energy for your draw length, you're going to get maybe 200 rounds out of it if you don't do anything stupid. I make mine longer so they last longer because I'm not trying to kill something. Technically, when you make bands, you find out how far it is from here to here, and then you take your band and you put a mark on it 1 inch apart, and you stretch it to get the elongation ratio. Then you divide that ratio number into your length, and that's how long your band should be. That's for maximum energy. I had about 1 inch, 1.5 inches to that, and it makes them last longer. If I shoot good and don't do stupid things, I'll get anywhere from 300 to 500 rounds out of it. Usually a good long session like this, I will go through a set of bands. Problem with the one that I have down there that's got a cut in the band is I wasn't paying attention because I'm too busy having fun talking to you guys, and I got a frame hit. And what happens when it hits the frame, it goes like this, and the ammo hits the band in the frame, and it puts a hole in it. And so that one that I just had to retire for the night probably doesn't have 100 shots on it, but that's because I made a mistake. Ghost Anakin said hi. My uncle could shoot well with a slingshot, and I never knew how he did it. I used to have a wrist rocket as a kid and loved shooting, but it never knew how to aim it. Well, I actually have a video. If you can find an old wrist rocket, I have a video on my channel how to fix your wrist rocket. And I actually walk you through the steps to put flat bands on it. I've got one in the house, and it shoots like a regular slingshot. You turn it sideways, you aim down the bands, and once you get your muscle memory and things sighted in, it shoots really nice. Corey said hello. Hello. They are now illegal in my country, and yeah, there's a couple of countries that somebody's just on said in Australia they're illegal, which kind of sucks. Most people think of these as a toy. Archery range in your church training assassins? No, we're not training assassins. There's a program in the high schools around here called NASP, National Archery in the Schools program. And we have a spin-off of it called Simpleshot, which is, it's kind of a ministry. It's an outreach to kids, but we use the NASP curriculum. And so the kids are eligible once they reach the right age to go compete in the tournaments. And they have them a couple times a year around the state. We tried to get some kids in a tournament recently. And I guess the minute they post the tournaments, you have to log in and sign up because they fill up. And we were not able to get kids in the tournament. But we got some kids. You get 3 rounds of 10 yards, 3 rounds of 15 yards. A perfect score is 50. And so a perfect set of rounds is 300. And we've got kids that can shoot 260, 270 pretty consistent. Would you recommend steel over clay for residential backyard? Probably clay. If you've got a good fence around and you can set up something like what I have, a lot of people have that and they will shoot steel. I shot clay, and I can tell you it does biodegrade. But over where I shot clay, there's probably 6,000 or 8,000 rounds on the ground. And once it broke down and got wet, it turned to mush. It looks like, if you step in, it's like dog poo, and it just doesn't come off. But it's biodegradable and it's safe. It literally is clay. So if you get a big pile of it in one spot, it gets kind of gross. But you just shoot it around the yard. Just for fun, plinking and target shooting, there's absolutely nothing wrong with clay. I just shoot the steel now because I went to a tournament. Steel's a little more accurate, and I need to make sure, because I want to go to the tournament again next year. I want to keep my drop and all those things accurate based on what the steel does. Rangers, yes, sir. You were in Royal Rangers at your church. We still have it at ours, and I'm a leader. And I was in it when I was a kid in the 60s. Yes, I'm that old. I actually think these bands are starting to get wore out. They're a little mushy. Flat band's lifestyle will vary on band length and ammo used. Also with how well you protect them from cuts. Exactly what I was talking about. I screwed up tonight because I was too busy having fun talking to people, and I hit my frame with my good slingshot, and I cut the band, and there wasn't 100 shots on it. You are right, Thrillbilly, for a newbie. Squirrel, yeah, we feed the squirrels here. We can't hunt squirrels. You can't hunt with a slingshot here. Squirrels, you have to be in season, you have to get a license, so I'm not going to shoot them. My wife loves them. They're her little pets. She'll go through a pound of peanuts a day feeding those little guys. Some of them are kind of cute. We learn not to name them because then you get attached to them. But if you're in an area like me, especially when you're starting out, like Thrillbilly said, he would recommend clay. I would agree. When you're just starting out, clay, if it hits something hard, a lot of times it will shatter and it won't do damage. Plus, if you hit your frame with clay, you're not going to damage it near as much. If you look at this frame, this one's aluminum. Look at all my frame hits. Every time I get one, I have to go find where it hit and get a file out and file it down. There's where that one hit because there's now a rough edge there. And I'll have to get a file after it and clean it up so it's smooth. So clay won't do that. It'll just put a mark on there. So clay is really, I would start out with clay. No matter where you're at, start out with clay until you can shoot without hitting your frame and break stuff. So yeah, cheap clay. Clay is really good. I recommend clay. I get my clay from Walmart. Simpleshot has some cool clay, and there's actually has little bits of iron in it, so you can actually stick it on a magnet and pick it up and hold it around your neck, which a lot of people do with steel. But I get the white clay pellets. I like them because I can see them fly. And I get the white clay pellets from Walmart, $1,500 for $10. And I believe you can get them even cheaper on Amazon. but I've also heard that some of those Amazon ones are very inconsistent in their shape. Yep. Simpleshot also has lots of bands. You can buy them pre-made with pouches and everything, or you can buy all the equipment and make them yourself, which is what I do. And if you buy a Slingshot from them, you get a 0.5 millimeter and 0.7 millimeter band with it. 0.5 for clay, 0.7 for 9.5 steel, that they give you like 20 rounds of the stuff to play with. So you'll get a couple of bands to get you started. But if you're going to buy a Slingshot, I would buy, if you're just starting out and shooting clay, I would get they have like a 5-pack or a 6-pack or something of 5 millimeter bands. I would just get a pack of those, and they're already tied up and ready to go until you learn how to do them yourself. You didn't know a hooligan name, Grandpa. Oh, I've done a few hooligan-like things in my life. Some I'm not extremely proud of, but yes, they still have Rangers going. That's why I'm wearing the hat. We have a group at our church. We have about 8-10 kids every Thursday night come. We have a huge camp out in June that we'll be going to, and we're actually going to teach kids how to shoot slingshots there, thanks to me. About 250 kids there of all ages. Going to check it out. Thanks, Hawk. Appreciate it. Anything to get the kids outside and off the screens. That is absolutely correct. And they actually make some, I believe on Simpleshot they have one. Is it the Scout? It's from Zach Fowler. It's just a simple round slingshot with forks on it. And I believe it's under $20. And they're just great for kids. They're super easy to hold and they work. The slingshot doesn't make the shooter. The latex and the technique and practice makes the shooter. You can pick up a wooden frame. You can pick up a tree branch, throw some elastic on it. And if you know what you're doing, you're going to hit targets. From what I've seen, flat bands can average 300 to 1,000 shots depending on variables. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. They can do that. Putting this one away, I'm going to get something else out here. This is for the long draw. This is one I'm still working on learning how to shoot. Royal Rangers in church. Yes, it's a ministry of the Assembly of God Church. We're a non-denominational church, but they let us run a program. And we love it. Our pastor is actually one of the district leaders. You can see this is a different style of shooting. It's normally I get an anchor point right here with my thumb and I can feel it. With this, I actually have to touch the bands there and then back away ever so slightly. Otherwise, it'll go and cut your face. Don't ask me why I know that, because it hurts. I'm not as accurate at it. Got to get one of those. Simpleshot. There's a link down underneath, boys. Simpleshot. They've got all kinds of them. Oh, no, that Zach Fowler one is not the Scout. It's the Sparrow. Sparrow. I think it's under 20 bucks. If you catch them on sale sometime, when they have a sale, they'll be like $15. But I recommend this one. This is the one that, when I first got good slingshots, this is the one that got me dialed in. It's called the Scout LT2. It's easy to put bands on. You just use clips. Little Allen screw that it comes with. It's like under $50. So this is the one I recommend. Eric, yes, I have a link to Simpleshot down in the description. And also, if you're new at this, I have a series on my YouTube channel called Slingshot Basics, which is also linked in the description. Subscribe to the channel and watch that. There's like 4 or 5 videos in there that will get you shooting and on target with about an hour of video watching and a little bit of practice. And I'm not saying my information is the definitive way to do it, because there's multiple ways to do everything. I learned a lot from watching others' videos, and I took all the things that worked for me and I put them in a video my way. And I tried to make it where it was understandable, approachable, and easy to figure out. Not that nobody else's was. I just did it my way. Where do you get the bands? You can get them at Simpleshot. They come with them. These I buy latex, and I have a whole kit, the roller cutter and a mat and some spare pouches and some special elastic string that we tie our pouches with. And I make my own, and I can make 5 of them in like half an hour. So I make my own. I'm using 0.45 latex from Tritium. I actually did a review on it on my channel. Came out last week. It's been doing really well. The channel. This particular latex, it comes in purple and pink and is very popular in the hobby right now here in the US. The dude that had the stuff formulated made some nice stuff. And these are special latex made for slingshot shooting. They're not some inner tube from a tire cut up to make it look like a slingshot. This is stuff made for the slingshot community. This guy hasn't answered. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to answer, but okay. I'm getting a lot of comments, so I may miss a few. I'm actually a milliner, that maker. They still have Rangers. Yes, they still do. I make commander for my church. And I'm bringing slingshots to our big boys camp in June. Make sure I don't hit the squirrels. Yeah, that would be bad. My wife loves the squirrels. She feeds them. She goes through a pound of peanuts a day feeding the squirrels. So there's no way I would shoot a squirrel. I'd be sleeping on the couch for a long time. Yes, we do still have Rangers. Do you read the YouTube comments? I try to read the YouTube comments, but this is a chat that's going on live, mister. And they scroll by sometimes faster than I can see. And right now I'm behind and trying to catch up, but a few of them may go by me. Well, somebody thinks I'm awesome. That's cool. Mighty Mac Daddy doesn't seem to like me too much, though. I don't care. Commander Duncan in Mount Holly, North Carolina. Miss that guy. Must have made an impression on you. Which is what we try and do. Raise up leaders in their community and their families. We let the boys be boys. Mighty Mac Daddy keeps asking, is Ranger still in church? And I keep saying yes, so quit asking me. Politely asked to refrain from vulgar language. Yes, I'm going to make Thrillbilly a moderator because he likes me and he's a regular. So Thrillbilly, you can kick somebody out now if you need to. I'm about 2 to 3 behind on comments, just saying, okay, I'm going to stop shooting. Training onward Christian soldier. I used to play that song on my trumpet all the time. You don't hit your hand. Sometimes I do. I've done it. I hit my hand right there the other day. And when I shoot with, where's it at? This thing, there's a special technique to it. You hit your finger a lot. But I'm getting better at it. I'll shoot in a little bit. Nice shooting, Texas. How you call me Texas? That's where I grew up. I grew up in Texas. Did you make your target? I made that catch box. It's just a 55-gallon rain barrel. And I hung some T-shirts in the back with paracord, and I bought some targets online. You can shoot literally anything. You can't see it, but over there, yeah, there's a green frog hanging up. That's just something from the dollar store. Anything that won't be destroyed with one hit can become a target. Should I wear eye protection? Okay, here's the scoop on eye protection. Technically, it's a good idea. When we have kids shoot, we do wear eye protection. But with kids, we're always shooting from a much closer distance. I'm 10 meters away. This is the tournament range. Can I get bounce backs? Yes. Bounce backs generally, because I'm in the grass, will land up in there at the most. As far as the bands breaking, when the bands break, they break at the pouch because they're thin back here. And so when the bands break, they go forward. The only time these bands come out and will hit you in the face is if they come out of the clips or they come untied from the frame, which happens every now and then. And my other thing about safety glasses, I want to wear them, but I can't find a pair. It's hard to find a pair for me that when I turn my head sideways, they don't distort my view. I did have one pair that I got from Walmart. They were a little pricier. And when I went to the tournament, I lost them. They were on top of my head and I was doing something and I forgot they were there. Hit the squirrel. No, we're not hitting the squirrel. For clarity, I wouldn't recommend 1,000 shots. Yes. After a while, the bands just kind of lose some of their zip and they get spongy. You kind of know when they're done. If they don't break, you can kind of tell, because all of a sudden your shots, instead of going, they start going, and they drop, and you kind of know when they're done. What Thrillbilly said is accurate. Hello, hello, hello to the people that say hi. Can I come there? No, because you don't know where I'm at. I like the target. Good idea on the drum. Do you reuse ammo? Yes, I have a magnet. So at the end of the video, I'll just go down there and I'll go, and then I'll go inside my box and I'll scoop it all up. Thanks for the info. My pleasure, Michael. I'm happy. Thanks for subscribing. Now that we've got some people on, and I've been talking and I'm caught up, I'm going to go shoot a can. These are the most fun things to shoot. These are riots. So I'm going to take the bell off. I was hang a can somewhere else, but then if I can keep everything in my catch box, it's a lot easier when it's time to clean up. You can kind of tell I'm from the South because I got a little bit of a Southern drawl. Don't hold that against me. I like Southern people. All right, there we go. Got a nice red Coke can. I will zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little better. I will try not to block the shot. How much from the money? This frame costs like under 50 bucks, so it's not much. You ever find a gold tooth with the magnet? No, because I'm in my yard. And my yard is mostly weeds. But I do like watching gold shows on TV. All right. I love shooting cans, and cans are a fun target when you're starting out, once you can start hitting stuff, because they make the best smacks. There's nothing better than the sound of a can. And if you shoot enough time, it falls apart. So my goal is to try and cut that can in half. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but because I don't have super power in my long draw because I've got them way too long. But we're going to try, and if I have to, I'll get my short draw out and finish the can off. So here we go. That wasn't a good hit. When I hit it good, it sounds cool. Oh, did you hear that? Woohoo! I try to answer my questions as best I can. Thrillbilly's fairly new at this, and he's been corresponding with me online a lot. Thrillbilly, his name's really Luke. Feel free to message me anytime, bro. I'm happy to help. Oh, did that not sound cool? Can you guys hear that? There's some people that's all they do is they cut cans. It's not, cutting cans is fun. It's not the best thing to train for accuracy because you got a lot of target to shoot at. But a lot of times in my sessions, I try and cut at least one can just because it's so much fun. If you try and cut a vegetable can or a coffee can, you're just going to put dents in it. Them things are thick. These cans, they're pop cans. You put a hole in it with your finger. So the ammo just, with any kind of power, just rips it. I got to teach a kid to shoot Saturday in my church basement archery range. And once he started hitting the target, we put a can up. Ooh, and he loved hitting it. And we had it cut up pretty good. And then so happy, the other guy that was with me, and then we were both shooting and teaching the kid. We were so happy because his shot is the one that dropped the bottom of the can off and cut it. And he talked about it all the way home. So I made another person go down the rabbit hole. It goes through, yes, because these are just pop cans. You can just crumble them in your hand. Doesn't take much energy to go through them. I've even cut a can in half with a clay ammo. It's the kinetic energy and the speed is what does it. Yep, steel ammo will go through a can. It does. I'm not super good with this sling again, so don't. You can see how this would be harder because with the long draw, when you pull back, there's nothing to anchor your on. So it's kind of getting this part right is the challenge. That's why you see me here. I'm touching it just to my cheek, and now I'm backing it away just a hair. That's kind of, when you're shooting long draw, we call it a reference point instead of an anchor point. Oh, that was dead on, but I think I went inside of another hole. I didn't do much damage that time. Ooh, hit it good. Church range, church basement archery range. I don't say they think I'm the coolest, but I'm not a jerk by any means. We have an archery club that meets Tuesday nights, and we teach kids to shoot archery, hoping to get them in tournaments eventually. And it's 3 blocks away, and I'm an elder at the church, so they let me use it to shoot when the weather sucks or in the wintertime. I just grab my bag and my slingshots, and I go down there, set up my target. I got a catch box. Basically, it's a storage tub with targets in it, and I shoot. And I do a lot of lives from there, too. If you go through my channel and see some of my older lives, you'll see me shoot from the church basement. Every now and then, I'll pull my sling bow out. It shoots arrows, and I'll shoot that. Uncle Phil. I don't mind Uncle Phil. I do not mind it at all. Or as one kid called me at church, Funkle Phil, because I'm fun. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's a nickname I can embrace. But it's not officially my nickname. My nickname is actually Frogman. Don't ask. I even had a video company named Frogman Productions. Whoa, I'm shooting way low. I know what I'm doing wrong, so I'm going to fix it. How do you target sight? Is it by vertical line of sight with the wide top opening? All right, I'm not going to show you on this slingshot because it's a little harder with the long bands. I'm going to get my other one, and I will show you F-Solo. Give me 1 second here. I did this a minute ago, but I love teaching and I love explaining this. So if you already saw it, I'm sorry. I'm going to help somebody else, maybe get them hooked on slingshots. So here's what we do. First, the ammo. The mistake people make is they pinch the ammo like that in front of the ammo so that when it comes out, there's a bump and it flings it up and it messes your range shooting up and it hits your frame and messes your frame up and it'll cut your band. So first thing is grip the ammo, not the pouch, not that, but that. That way you get a clean release. All right. Then there's anchor points, which you have to work on based on, if I get a frame that's different width this way, I have to move my anchor point up or down to get the shot on target. My anchor point for this frame is on the bottom of my cheekbone. That's where I shoot from. So when I shoot this, I start here and I pull out. So the way I shoot is called gangster style. You know, gangster style. We do have lanyards that I put on for safety in case you accidentally drop the frame, it won't hit you. Parallel this way, perpendicular that way. Perpendicular, parallel, perpendicular, parallel. Then when you shoot, sorry, I got the sun in my eyes. I'm having trouble seeing. When you pull back, see how there's 2 bands? When I move those, see how the bands disappear? Right there? All right, now that's your sight line. Right down those bands, right to the top of the top band, right there. This slingshot actually has a fiber optic sight on it. I think you can see it. But if it doesn't, you use the top of your band. And if all of your physics are right, and all your geometry and everything else, your technique is solid, you're going to hit your target. So that's how you shoot. Where'd I put my slingshot? Oh, this pocket. That's how you shoot that. And when I'm doing it with this slingshot, because I'm using a longer draw, my anchor point, I have to get it by touching the band to my face, and then I have to be careful that I don't get bit by the ammo going by. So it's very similar. All the other pieces are the same, but when I shoot this way, you'll notice I just tap it just ever so gently right there, and then I kind of either move my head back or move the band out just the tiniest little bit. That one was low. And if you're curious, I have on my YouTube channel a series of playlists called Slingshot Basics that walks you through all the stuff you need to know to learn how to shoot. There's a link down in the description. If you want to learn to shoot, that's a good place to start. Subscribe to my channel because I got lots of other fun content. There we go. Finally hit it again. Used to have a sick one with green bands. I can't find it now. They make them in all different colors. I got pretty much the same from the same company. I got some purple ones that I like. I've got some yellow ones that are a little bit bigger. I don't usually shoot those. I had some trouble with that band, but they're fatter. They pack a little more power. So if I have to shoot at a raccoon to chase them off my yard or whatever, I will grab that slingshot. Ooh, that was a good hit. You guys should be able to hear those because I have a mic down there. Hopefully it sounds awesome. I did Rangers when I was a kid. That's still around and still out there. I'm a leader at my church in it. A lot of comments about Rangers tonight. That's kind of cool. Having our big camp in June. And one of the activities for kids is slingshot. So I'm going to be teaching kids how to shoot and doing some demos. Oh, weak. Oh, it's starting to come apart on the bottom. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I hope you can see it. You guys see it? You won't be able to see me shoot as much because I want you to focus on the can while we're shooting at it now. So you might be able to see me a little bit. Ooh, that was a good shot. I'm beating the crud out of that can. Squatch, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, man. Sorry, I'm catching up on some comments. I'm going to message you on Facebook. You go right ahead. I would love to chat with you about anything, my friend. I think I've probably seen your Facebook group or page or whatever. I can't remember if I don't follow. I've tried to follow everyone I can that is American. There's a few from like Indonesia and Malaysia that I follow, but it's all, they're doing stuff and typing stuff that I can't read. But if you're stateside, I'm trying to follow you. I got normal ones. Slingshot shooting, I was pretty good at one time. Well, get back into it, man. Get back into it. Thanks, Alex. I'm actually shooting a more difficult style of shooting with the long draw. And I'm getting really close to where I feel accomplished at it. But I still got a ways to go. But I'm very much, a month ago, I couldn't hit that can near as many times. Try to follow people I know and trust. Yep, kind of the same with me. Oh, it's barely hanging, boys. You're in Canada. Greetings from Canada. Can that hurt a person? You're not going to kill them with a slingshot, but you wouldn't use it for self-defense. maybe against like a coyote or a dog or something like that. So you have to be a pretty quick draw. But I had a kid at our big ranger camp last year. I had my slingshot with me. I had some clay. He was from our group, so it's not like I was abusing somebody else's kid. He said, "Does that thing hurt?" Because he was into paintball and airsoft and junk. I said, "I don't know. Go out there and we'll shoot you." So he went out about 50, 60 feet, 20, 25 yards. And I pulled back a clay pellet and whacked him right in the butt. And let's just say he didn't want to do that again. He had on thick jeans, so it didn't really hurt him, but it stung. It would probably feel a little worse than a paintball, because these things are producing easily 200 to 300 feet per second. And if you're shooting with steel, you're packing some kinetic energy. But you know, you can kill small game, but you're not going to really. Could put an eye out, I guess. You'll put your eye out, kid. Man, we're almost there, folks. A good hit's going to drop it. I hit it, but it wasn't a good hit. Oh, I'm so close. I just got to get a good solid hit on the top or the bottom, and it'll rip it to shreds. Ooh, that was close. Hope you guys can see it. I really hope you guys can hear it. That was a good hit. I shoot BBs and steel BBs with my sling. Oh yeah, some people shoot airsoft ammo. And the cool thing is you can buy biodegradable airsoft ammo. And when you're first starting out, BBs are really good because they help you dial your aim in. Just get some BBs and a piece of paper, because the piece of paper is going to show you your pattern. I can see my ammo going, plus when it hits a curtain or a shirt back there, I can see if I'm high or low, so I know what to do. But get a good piece of paper and just hang it up or shoot a paper plate. And BBs are great. To cut a can with a BB is going to take you a lot of shots, though. I bet he doesn't want to know how it. He remembers. I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't like I left a welt or anything. He was wearing a big, thick pair of jeans, but let's just say he felt it. He didn't want me to do it again. Jeremy, hey, buddy. If you tried other types of slings, like the one that killed David. Funny you asked. That's called a pan sling or a shepherd sling. And I have one I made out of paracord, and I really want to learn to shoot it. Whoa, it's about down. And I've been watching some videos the last couple of days trying to figure that technique out by looking at it. And I came out here tonight with it in my yard, and I was trying to throw some wiffle golf balls. And they just are so lightweight, I can't tell if I'm doing it right. But at least I didn't throw them straight up or in the ground. I do want to learn to do it, though. No, I haven't yet. But it's on my list, and I want to. You can actually buy one. There's a place that makes really nice ones. It's got a little whip on the end of it, so if you get your technique right, it pops like a bullwhip. That way you know you did it right. Paper, yes, that's a great way to start. And there's some people that just for recreational shooting, that's all they shoot is BBs. I mean, you can buy, 3,000 of them for a couple of bucks at the big box store. Granted, they're BBs and they're not biodegradable, but they're dirt cheap. Next hit, I think, is going to drop that can. That was close, boys. That was close. Those last shots are the hard ones because you have to be precise on them. You can't just shoot at a big can. You'll hit where it would have hit the can, except there's a big old hole there now. Dude, it's just hanging by like a ½ inch of aluminum. This is awesome. Try using tennis balls. Yeah, the problem is where I live, I don't have a lot of room. I figured the wiffle golf balls wouldn't go very far fast, but I'm in the city and I have a little bit of room this way in my neighbor's yard, and I may try that. When when I go to this big camp for the boys, the Royal Rangers in June, I'm going to take it with me and take a golf ball with me, or a couple of, or not golf ball, tennis ball, and try and practice it there because, you know, it's a church camp, so David and Goliath, it kind of works. Plus, everybody's going to ask me. I want to be able to say, yeah, I know how to do it. Watch this. But I want to learn this year. That's on my list. Boy, that last shot is the hardest one. Pretty decent with a regular slingshot, but if I had a sling, there would be a catastrophic damages. I've tried it a few times before, and they either go straight up or right into the ground. So there is a technique. I believe the technique, for what it's worth, is everybody tries to do this, and that's terrible. So what you do, based on the videos I saw, you just take it and you hang it down. You got the loop on one hand and you're holding it with the other. And you basically just take it back behind you and you throw it like a baseball. And you release it just like a baseball. And if you do it that way, you will catch on pretty quick from what they say. But it hasn't worked yet. That last, oh, the sun's starting to, we got to get this before we go. I'm going to do it. Oh, how did that not come off? I killed it. What's the pocket hammer attachment? The bow sling, the Hammer XT bow sling, has a whisker biscuit in it so you can shoot arrows, and then the head comes off and you can pop a regular slingshot head on. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Dude, it is hanging. It's like this long now. Come on, Philip. Let's get it this time, boy. Dang, I hit the bottom piece and it didn't come off. This slingshot doesn't pack the punch. My short draw has a higher speed. I have this one longer, so I have more forgiveness in my basics, in my technique, while I'm learning. So I doubt I'm getting 200 feet per second. It's probably more like 175. It's going to drop here in a minute. It's going to have to. That is one tough can. The balloon thing whacked my... No, that's what you guys are talking about, the balloon thing? That doesn't even look like it has a shot at being accurate, much less very powerful. I do have I reviewed the Hammer XT bow sling. I believe that video comes out tomorrow or the next day. And I just did a video that I haven't edited yet on a sling I got off of Amazon. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's the most ridiculous looking thing you've ever seen. I was curious, so I spent my hard-earned money on it to see if it was any good, see if it lived up to the hype on Amazon. So that video will probably come out later in the weekend or early next week. Then I got to make another video. Got to figure out what I'm going to do. Man, it's so close. I never understood that balloon thing. I'm going to have to go to my short draw, I think, to drop this can. I hit the target behind it. Oh, I'm so close. Oh, I hit that tiny little target. I'm aiming at the top, trying to just rip it by sheer force, because that's the biggest thing to aim at right now. Oh, I almost got it. Man, we've gone through a bunch of shots tonight. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. There we go. Did you see it drop? Bloop. Let me go get it, and I'll show you the carnage. Oh, there's a lot of ammo in there. If you were asking, will it go through the can? See, this is how it was hanging. It was that. So there we go. It's done. Oh, there's lots of new comments now. The bullet of death. The pocket hammer fits into a wrist rocket. The balloon thing whacked my hand. I would not even go there. 350 feet per second. That's pretty quick. Did you see the new G10 Axiom? Yes, I did. And I kind of want it. Everybody at the Slingshot tournament down in Indiana in March was raving about the Axiom. They just love the Axiom. I've been an LT2 fan, but I really want to get an Axiom now. And so that might be the one I have to get. Although I would kind of like they were also talking about the slant from Selgin, the slant roller or something like that. Everybody was just swearing about how great that thing shoots. So I kind of like to grab one of those. I'm not a frame collector. I get a frame that works for me and I stick with it because I'm more about being consistent because I feel I'm successful that way, as opposed to having 20 frames and every frame has to figure a new anchor point out. But the Axiom is 90 millimeter and that's what I shoot. So it wouldn't take much to get good at that. Okay, this is the hard one, boys. If you haven't seen, you don't know what this is, it's called a pickle fork. Don't ask me why it's called a pickle fork. I haven't done that history research. It's harder to shoot because there's nowhere for the ammo to go. So what you have to do is you actually have to do what we tell you not to do, and that is tweak the pouch. So when I pull the pouch back, I actually pull it a little bit, and that little bit of added pressure on the top band is going to fling the ammo over the slingshot. And I'm not real good at it yet. I hit the frame sometime, I hit my finger sometime. I'm getting much better at it. And I actually have ordered a custom version of one of these that should be arriving later this week. And I'm only going to shoot clay with it until I'm confident. Okay, I've got it out. Now I'm going to give it that little tweak. I don't know if you can see it. Just the tiniest little bit. Boom. Shot really high. I hit the top of my rain barrel. So I need to move my reference up a little bit. Tweak. That was much closer. This one is my one that I'm still learning the most and I'm very inconsistent with. But I wanted to show it because some of the people that are not slingshot people, they think it's just kind of weird, but I wanted to show some of the cool things that this community is doing. So now what I'm trying to do is get into the muscle memory habit of when I pull back to put that tweak on it as I'm pulling back, like I just did right there. I really like my Hammer XT, which they have fiber optics. That would be cool on the hammer. I've got it with this for the archery thing. And so with archery, because I use it over the, not over the top, but through the fork. And so I'm actually aiming in the middle of the frame. There's a divot there, and that's what I aim with in the archery. I can tell you at the tournament, they were talking about a new Hammer XT, or a new hammer that's coming out. They're making some improvements to it. I didn't hear what they are, so there might be a fiber optic coming. That would be kind of cool. You have an attachment for your pocket hammer that's, yes, I get 110 feet per second with my Hammer XT with arrows in it, with about a 20-pound pull. Ooh, got the target I was actually aiming at. Should drill a hole in the lid and make my own. There you go. Hey, Mudbug, glad you could join us. I'm way behind on my chat. Better stop for a second. Still rocking the Rangers cap. You betcha. I'll rock this for a while because I like it. Never seen. Yeah, it is. You wait till you see some of the others. When I get the one that I ordered, it's just like it's a work of art. It's absolutely beautiful. I think it's made out of micarta. It's got a green on one side and orange on the other with pins and a label, custom maker pin on it. It's absolutely beautiful, but I can't show it to you. I don't have it. First one from Simpleshot Plastic last year, Axiom. Yes, the cool thing is the plastic slingshot shoot is good as the leather ones. They're just not as cool. They make a carbon fiber Axiom, which is really neat. They make the G10 and they make a metal. I think I would like the G10, but I wish they'd come up with another different color of G10. Or maybe a multicolor. That would be cool. Mr. Brian, bring out the one where you hit everything. Well, this one I just want to get a little practice in. My short draw is the one I'm better at, but the one that I'm really good at has a band about to break, so I can't shoot it right now. Two bands like the regular kind, but these look cool. There are a lot of people that still shoot the tubes, like the old wrist rockets, but they make better tubes. They're much stretchier, they're thinner, and they work really well, especially if it's windy. When it's windy, these bands vibrate and you can't shoot, but the tubes don't. Yes, check out Simpleshot. I actually, if you look down in the description, I have a link down there to Simpleshot. If you use my link, helps me out a little bit. I'm an affiliate of theirs, and I get credit when you buy stuff from them. So I appreciate if you want to use that. They got everything from simple beginner slingshots to fancy metal ones, ammo, targets, bands, stuff to tie bands. I got one of their targets that I just finally beat the crap out of, and it's just falling apart. I got the little squeaky rubber chicken, and he's got a big old hole in his butt. I could still shoot them, but I need to order a new one. They're only like $5. I like some of their targets. The cowbell, I've got that red cowbell. It's not hanging right now, but I've got the little cowbell, and I love shooting that because it makes noise. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. Hey, gentlemen, been on an hour and a half. The sun's starting to go down. I'm starting to get tired. So I'm going to have to log off soon, but I will do one more shot. This was cool. What I use for ammo, I use 8mm steel bearings. The main sizes are 7, 8, and 9.5 for tournament shooting. I use 8. It's just kind of what I've settled on. A lot of people swear by the 9.5, but I like the 8. It allows me to use a little lighter weight band, so I don't have to pull as hard. All right. This is where it gets scary, boys. I'm going to try the full butterfly because these bands are long enough. Full butterfly is where you don't just pull from here, you pull all the way. And if I mess the technique up on this, it's going to hurt. So here we go. Got to get my band right. Something happened here. I do this every now and then. So far, I've been successful. Watch me screw it up tonight and hurt myself or something. That'd be hilarious on air, wouldn't it? Okay, here we go. That adds some smoke to it. And I didn't hurt myself. That makes me happy. There we go. All right, I'm going to put this one down. Couple last shots. Oh, yes, there's tournaments all over the world. There's one or two guys from the tournament I was at in March that are going over to Spain this year for the International World Championships, and they're really good shots. This was my first tournament. I've been shooting a year and a half, and I entered the pro division, and I got 20th out of 42 or 43 shooters, so I was very happy with that. But yeah, there's tournaments. There's a big one coming up in Pennsylvania, which is the big one that everybody America wants to go to toward the end of March. And I can't go to that one because of work schedule, and I'm not driving 9.5 hours for 2 days. I just don't like driving. When I went to in March was only a 6-hour drive. That's about as far as I want to go. But it's sure a lot of fun, a lot of good shooters there. Learned a lot, got encouraged a lot. Come on. I got to relearn this slingshot now real quick because I haven't shot it in a while. Oh, that was right between 2 targets. That would have been a hit. Would have been a good hit. All right, a couple more shots and we're going to sign out. Before we sign out, I got to tell you about the giveaway. The big giveaway for 1,000 subs on my channel. I promised it. It's here. I just got to hit a target so I can tell you about it. That's my payment. I thought I could hit with this. I'm exactly the same spot low every time. So adjust, Philip. There we go. I'll take that. All right. We reached 1,000. Let me make sure I got no slingshots go way back. Yes, they do. Slingshots on the Olympics. That's cool. We've talked about hoping it would happen. So here's the deal. I'm going to log out here shortly, but I reached 1,000 subs on my YouTube channel, which is awesome. And I want to thank everybody for that and your viewership. So what I've done is I've created an email address. Down in the description, there's an email link called didiwin2026@gmail.com. If you want to enter, you have to be a subscriber to the channel. I will double check the winner's name to make sure they're there. So if you enter and you're not there and when I draw your name, you're not winning. On May 10th, Sunday night, I will do a random drawing, and whoever's name gets drawn is going to get one of 3 different gift cards, $50 gift card. Half my subscribers are RC people because I fly RC planes, and I've had my channel for a while. If you're an RC person and you want an RC gift card, you'll get a gift card to Horizon Hobby or Flight Test, who I love. If you're a Slingshot person, I'm going to give you a $50 gift card to Simpleshot. You do not have to be in the U.S. to win because it's a gift card. However, if you order from Simpleshot International, that $50 might use up the whole gift, your shipping cost. But at that point, you got free shipping, so it's still worth it. So go there and enter. You got until May 10th to enter. Did I win 2026@Gmail? Yes, pinned. There it is, pinned on the bottom. So if you need to, you should be able to click that link and go enter. Remember, you have to be subscribed. And May 10th, right now, before I started here tonight, we had 7 or 8 people signed up. So right now, your odds are pretty good. I'd like to get that number up to about 100. So get out there and sign up for it. I'd appreciate it. Thank you for the subscriptions. My hours that I have to get for making money on YouTube are getting real close to the threshold that I need. So I appreciate all of those hours that you guys are watching my videos and these lives. It's much appreciated. So I'm going to log off for tonight. I didn't think I was going to get to shoot tonight, but I had a meeting get canceled. So here we are. Had a great time. Had a lot of people on, 130 likes. Dude, how do I get out there and how does people find me? So it's just amazing. I'm blown away by it. So anyway, thanks everybody. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the link to Simpleshot if you want a slingshot, and get out there and keep slinging. My buddy has a big gas plane. He flew it into the side of, yeah. Now most of the planes are made of foam and they go back together like a puzzle. I got a plane that's almost all glue and it still flies great. It's a lot more fun, and it's electric now, much easier to fly. Anyway, I'm logging off. Have a good one. We will see you guys next time. Maybe later this week I'll jump on a live again, or we'll be back soon. Don't worry. I'll be back and look forward to seeing you there. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.